Hi everyone, it's Kelly from the Hub. I am here today with Mike Eichenlaub. You can see we are at the Ephrata Community Garden. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing great, Kelly. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I have to say to the people who watched last week, apparently I got a little overexcited about baby cauliflower. Let's just say this. Who wouldn't? Baby cauliflower is adorable. And so that was one of the other crops that you brought into Ephrata Area Social Services, right, Mike?
Yeah, we were out here yesterday, myself and a couple volunteers, and we harvested some cauliflower that was ready. We have a couple here to go that are not quite ready.
Okay, so that bed is where they were at, right? That's the bed?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not getting excited about baby cauliflower, but that's cool that they went over. And what other things did you bring to a social services this past week?
We had some peas from down here. I think we ended up with like a quart of sugar snap peas.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And then we had some lettuce. Our lettuce has been harvested for now, and as you can see,
oh right,
you just cut the top off and it regrows.
Because lettuce is magical that way. So you brought cauliflower, peas, and lettuce down to social services. Excellent. And so lettuce is doing its thing. And what's this big? You've got a couple of big bushy beds on like up ahead. What are those?
These here?
Yeah.
These are all beets.
Ooh, beets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also can't get excited about that. No,
don't get too excited. But actually, beets are quite healthy.
Right, because you can eat the greens and the beet itself.
Yes.
So those are, you have 2 beds full of beets, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we planted generally based on what seeds we got donated from the different companies around.
Yeah.
So we're going with, what we got.
What's that little lone plant that's in that bed all by itself?
I think that's broccoli, and I don't think he's going to make it.
Oh yeah, he may have gotten sacrificed. So
yeah, it's a little warm.
So those, when you did the cold weather crops, the sort of cold early spring stuff, that's the cauliflower and broccoli. And remember we talked about the radishes, they didn't sort of work out, but that's just learning a lesson. And so that bed will then be converted to other sort of warm weather crops that people grow, like peppers and cucumbers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because right here where the lonely broccoli is, we had, I think this is where the kohlrabi was planted, and now we have basil and cilantro planted here.
Oh.
And in these beds,
having any kohlrabi?
Yeah, it went over to
over
to the food bank last week.
I was gonna say kohlrabi is also something I gotta say I have never used before, so we'll have to figure out.
Yeah, me neither. We planted it by accident.
Oh.
I thought it was, I wasn't looking at the containers when I picked them up at the nursery, and I thought it was broccoli.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, hey. Oh, and those are some spring onions, yeah?
No, these are like onions.
Oh, those are onions. They just, okay. That's nice.
Yeah. And you want to pull the flour off.
Oh, yeah. For those of you who've never really had a fresh onion, they taste a lot different than the onions that you're used to in the store. A lot different.
They do.
And what's that bed full of?
Tomatoes. We have 3 beds with tomato plants. Then we have peppers down here that are starting to get going.
Wow.
That's a tomatillo plant.
Ooh, we love tomatillos. For those of you who don't remember, those are those little green things that look like tomatoes. They look like unripened tomatoes. You make them into like salsa verde.
Yeah. Carrots here.
Yeah, carrots are going to be interesting because carrots, remember, for those of you who've ever tried to grow carrots before, if you've got a lot of clay soil, carrots tend to get stubby and fat instead of long and skinny the way you sort of want them.
Yeah, and we're hoping they'll do well because of the soil that we filled the beds with.
Good.
They should have plenty of room to grow.
Excellent.
And the green beans are doing well. Zucchinis. This, like the next couple of weeks, I mean, the stuff is taller every day. It's pretty cool. Yeah. We have volunteers that help water, and it gets plenty of sun here. Yeah.
It looks awesome. Remember, for those of you who haven't gardened, a lot of those plants look like they're really far apart, but they're going to get big and huge and spread all over the place, which is why you should plant them farther apart than you think.
Yeah.
So they've got room to grow.
Yeah, my garden at home, everything's already grown all over itself, so.
I mean, this is a huge bonus, having all this space that we can really just sort of plant it where it needs to go. Look at all these little babies.
Yeah, this is, I'm not even sure, I don't remember what's planted there. Some of these are butternut squash.
Oh, cool.
Delicata squash, I think, is what that one is. Sorry if I'm making you seasick.
That's okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get out of here.
So yeah, there's our update for the week.
It sounds lovely. Mike, as always, thank you very much, and we'll check in with you next week and see what our garden is growing.
Sounds great, Kelly. Have a great week.
You too. See you later. Bye.
Bye.